world? It's your man Chuck Creekmur, a.k.a. Jigsaw, here with my man
DJ Thoro, a.k.a. Thoro's down on Bridge to the Streets. Let's go.
And we back once again with my man Nems.
Nems!
Like the king of New York.
Get life. Get life, man.
Yeah. How you, well, first, wait, no, let's get into it. Your album.
America's
Sweetheart.
America's Sweetheart.
Now,
What a title.
yeah, what a title. Gotta ask, what does the title mean?
I switched it around. So for the majority of my career, probably from like 2015, 2014, once I decided I was Gorilla Nems, all my was gorilla themed. So we got Congo, Planet of the Apes, Gorilla Monsoon, Rise of the Silverback. With this album, I felt like I was just in a new plateau, and I like kind of, we did all we could with the Gorilla names.
Yeah.
And I was just, one day I posted something on the gram, and somebody commented and was like, "Yo, it's crazy how the your life guy is America's Sweetheart."
Oh.
And I was like, that's a great title. Because look, last year we went on tour, the Disrespect tour. We did like 40 cities in like 50 days. And I realized that my demographic is like unlike any other rapper. Like my demographic is from like 4 years old to like 90, all races.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I had a little girl in Idaho Falls. We had a little like 8-year-old girl at my show. I don't know how they let her in the club.
Yeah.
She knew all my lyrics. Then you got older people. Then you got younger people.
Right.
I'm like, yo, this demographic is crazy. Like, it's really, your life really became like America's Sweetheart, man. And it just, it just took off like that.
That's crazy. Now, is that, I guess everybody comes for different reasons, right? Some might be from social media, some might be from music, and so on.
At the end of the day, I'm a rapper. That's first and foremost. That's what I came into the game doing. It's just I chose a different avenue to get the buzz up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I tried with the Fight Club, all the opportunities that presented. I f***ed up through drug usage or going into jail. I ran that course.
Yeah.
And then, we took on during the pandemic, we just went crazy with the content, and that took it off to the next level. And it's like, no matter how you got here, you here now, and this is what I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's funny you bring that up because we just interviewed Exhibit, and he says he's kind of not suffering, but going through the same thing where people don't know he rap because they know him from Pimp My Ride.
Yeah.
Do you get that? Like,
Absolutely.
I didn't know you rap.
100%.
Right. How do you
and
deal
I love
with
it?
that? Okay.
Because it kind of like gives me a new passion, a new fire. It's like makes me become a new artist in a sense. We got the core fans that know me. They got my face tattooed on them and crazy. But then it's a whole new demographic of people that when they see my shit and be like, oh, he actually can rap. It's not like just somebody trying to like blow up and trying to, create a lane. Nah, this is what I've been doing. And then they might talk to somebody that knows of me from previous, before the Bing Bong. And he like, oh, nah, he really does this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's cool. I like when people just find it. Like I said, however you got here, welcome. Now we here, though. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about the album a little bit and the music, the way you're presenting. It sounds like it's showing growth and some different styles, a little bit from departure from the past.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I knew that Rise of the Silverback with Scram Jones, my last album.
Shout out to Scram.
Shout out to Scram, my guy. We was just in New Orleans. Was like punch you in your face rap.
Yeah.
The rap that I love, but it's not for everybody.
Right.
It's for like
it's for me though.
Yeah, exactly. It's for us. It's for guys like us.
Right.
But I like to have females at my show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That type of music's not gonna have females at my show.
Yeah.
So with this album, so really what happened is we had Rise of the Silverback. We did that through the whole pandemic. And Scram was cool with Paul Rosenberg. So he said, yo, let's play the album for Paul. We sat with him, played him the album. He's like, yo, what do you guys want out of it? We told him what we want. He was like, give me like 6 months. So at this time, the album, we already was sitting on it for like a good 2 years. We were adding stuff, but we was the main meat and potatoes of it was like we were sitting on it. I was like, man, I'm gonna wait, but I don't want to go another 6 months without putting out music.
Yeah.
So I just started recording joints and was gonna put out an album in that 6 months.
Yeah.
And what winded up happening is I winded up doing like the joint like My Side, There was a couple other joints that I did, like To Live and Die in New York, and I was like, hold up. This music is coming out very good.
Yeah.
I don't want to rush this process because I don't want to rush past these bunch of songs that I got. And I just was like, I guess let me just keep recording while this whole process is going on, and not put something out and just keep adding on and building and building and building. And what ended up happening is we put out Rise of the Silverback, and I was already recording for this album. I didn't know what I was going to call it. But I wound up doing like 30, 40 songs for this album. I just recorded, and I was just like, you know, when it comes time, we'll just pick the best bunch. And then I really just sat with it because, you know, each song, I'm not a guy that goes to the studio and just records and it's like whatever comes out. No, like I get a beat, I might sit with it for a month or two. Then I'll write it at my house. By the time I get to the studio, like I could record 5 songs in 2 hours because everything's already written.
Yeah,
everything.
right,
All I need is the studio just to record it.
Yeah.
So I was like, every song was like my baby, man. So I was like, man, I love all of these songs, but it was like, yo, what could I not live without being on this album? And I really just sat through a process for like a year of taking stuff out, like a chemist.
Yeah.
Like, yo, this is gonna go here, and then putting the track list together. That's important.
Yeah.
Like how I listen to albums is I try to listen to it straight through how the artist would intend me to.
Yeah.
I don't really do that playlist shit. I listen when music comes out, I listen to it the whole way. Like old school, like when you bought a CD from the CD store. From the, you know, wherever. So it's really fine tuned. So I took the best 12 joints, added the intro, and I feel like it's probably my best work to date, this American Sweetheart, man. So, different producers would send me now.
I was ask you that. Who did the majority of the production?
So, nobody did the majority. Okay. I got Static, we got some new... Listen, the My Side joint is like some kids that they found the beat on BeatStars.
Oh, okay.
You know, like, it's whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I take whatever,
Hot beat
however
is a
it
hot
comes.
beat.
Yeah, we got Ron Browse did a joint. He did... It's on the deluxe that we're about to put out, the Ron Browse joint. Vinny Idol. I love linking with Vinny Idol, man. He's, you know, he just punch you in your face real rap. Static, got this kid Deli. Deli got beats. He's from Seattle, I believe.
Okay.
Always sends me fire. So just a whole bunch of different producers.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You talk about on, I forget the record, but you talk about not wanting as many features, and the last one had like a lot of
mad features.
Yeah, this one not that many, like none, no rappers though. Right?
Yeah, nah. So what happened originally? So the last album was Scram. It was easy because I could just make Scram go axe and make Scram go out, and it was just like. And it was also my major label debut, so I was feeling myself.
Yeah,
you know, at the first time in my life, I could reach out to any rapper I wanted to, and they was like, yeah. So we had the joints with Dave East, Uncle Murder, Chic Luch, Petey Crack, Fat Joe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had a bunch of people on this. This one, like I said, I was just recording joints.
Yeah.
I didn't have any specific thing. But we did have a joint with Logic. I did have a joint with A$AP Ferg. And Jadakiss was supposed to be one. By the time the album came out, Ferg, I didn't like the song. Yeah. Now listen, to keep it real, to have an album, you want the numbers to go up. So you would put Ferg on it, you would put Logic on it, you would put Jadakiss. But the song with Ferg, I wasn't feeling it. He did the ad-libs on Go Fat Boy. Because we was just in the studio. We did the song, and I was playing him some of the album, and he was like, this joint is fire. I was like, yo, go put ad-libs on it. Yeah. And he put it on. It's kind of like, you know, Kanye with Jeezy on. You know, Can't Tell Me Nothing. You know, this is art to me, man. I really appreciate the art. I'm really from the culture. I'm graffitiing. I'm doing all of it. I'm from the culture. So the little things matter to me. So he put the ad-libs. The Logic song, he gave me the verse like 2 years ago, and he wanted to change the verse. And then I was just like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We'll get to that later. We'll get into it another time. I ain't worried about it. And then Kiss was like, yo, I got you. He's a busy man. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get to it. But I asked you once, I'm not gonna keep begging you for shit. It happens. If it don't, we'll get to it another time. So, you know, I was like, this music is good enough that we don't need nobody on it, man. I'm not gonna go around running around behind other rappers, man.
Right.
Yeah. It is what it is.
I like that.
I like that because that's a teachable moment. Most people think once you get signed, people tell you still have to face adversities.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? But a lot of people believe that, like, oh, anybody, they should be jumping into a song with you because you're popping or whatever. But you still, and it's no disrespect to the artist. It's just, it's adversities. That's
100%.
People get busy.
I don't like asking nobody for nothing.
I'm the same way, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And if I ask you, if I do come to, and ask you for it and you don't make it happen, kind of gives me a resentment with you. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no beef or nothing, but it's just like, all right, your life. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Speaking of your life, you ever thought about doing so you've heard of the Jerky Boys, obviously.
Absolutely.
Right. So I don't know if you thought about this, but you should turn that Don't Ever Disrespect Me into an album or even a movie. Like,
absolutely.
I would love that. You should record that and put it out as an album or visually as a movie. Like, what do you thought about that?
It's like Jerky Boys was different because they could just call
people, right?
You know what I'm saying? My shit is I'm catching people on the street. I would have to think about how it would work, but I'm definitely down for that. Jerky Boys, I used to buy their cassette tapes,
man. The cassette tapes. It's funny.
Yeah. I used to listen to that shit with my mom.
Yeah, it's funny.
We used to die laughing. It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. So
absolutely.
I immediately thought about them. Them should piggyback off this, so to speak, and put an album out.
100%.
You know what I mean? Don't Ever Disrespect Me. People would buy that.
Like, I'm from the culture. Like, everything that was coming out, I was consuming it. I was the only child. I had a big family and a lot of cousins that I treat like my brothers and sisters. But at the end of the day, I was the only child. So there was a lot of alone time. And my alone time was spent with music, with the television. My mom was at work. I'm home alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was a kid, so I wasn't really outside. So I'm home with, every Tuesday I was copping CDs, whatever, or tapes. It started with tapes, went to CDs.
Right.
That was a great feeling.
To open it up.
Tuesdays,
I had a spot that I would go to, Infinity Records, they would call. They would release the shit on Friday.
Friday?
Friday.
Friday.
You know what I mean? You was like, you had the whole week, yo, this ain't out yet. You don't got this. It was crazy.
Yeah. I think that's missing too.
I used to go to Philly for that.
From music, like, nothing is tangible anymore. You just you release music and it's like
that's why
no
it's such
behind it.
It's such a quick game now. The mind, the spans of their memory is go because it's an app now. You go on the app, you listen to it. Next week is a whole more. You don't have to go and damn, I only got $20. Am I gonna get Wu-Tang or am I gonna get Nas?
Right.
Yeah.
Which one?
You know
what I'm saying? Because I can't get both. And then when you get it, you open it up. Oh, it was recorded here.
This
is who
you learn a lot.
This
like
is
that.
who produced
it.
Yo, these extra
the artwork,
pictures
the
of fire.
Pictures, yo,
it was a whole experience.
Yeah. Right. It's like it's not.
It's non-existent.
And that's what takes away from the music.
100%.
Takes away from.
So that's what I did with the vinyl. So with the vinyl that we're dropping, with the deluxe, I took my time with it. I wrote where everything was recorded, additional vocals. Some songs like got my man Paz or my man Live Action just in the background talking, but you won't know that. Right. So I wrote additional vocals produced by. I wrote thank yous. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to give it that same experience to the most part that I could.
Right.
Talk about the videos, the visuals you're putting together.
Yeah, man. So I just figured now everything is social media. Even with videos now, you can drop a video. Like I did the Go Fat Boy video, and I spent like a whole day like acting and doing it. And the video came out really good. We put it on YouTube, and then I came to the realization like nobody really even goes to YouTube to watch videos no more. Nobody watches MTV or BET for videos. It might have it on in passing, but it's not like back in the days. Everything is social media. So what I got from that is I flew in this kid, New High Films. I'm a big fan of his work. He works with my man TF and a lot of Cali artists, LA-based artists. I just liked, and when I was on tour, TF was on the tour with me, and he had him with him. I saw that nobody had to tell him what to do. He just was on his job.
Yeah.
I liked that. So I flew him in for a week. And for those 5 days, we just filmed a video for every song on the album and the deluxe.
Right.
So we did like 18 songs in 5 days. They're not the most extravagant. They're not Hype Williams.
Right.
But this kid got a good eye.
Yeah.
And we got quality that every week I'm gonna drop a new song on the gram, so it prolongs the span of the album, and it creates like singles. You know, when I do a song, I don't do it. This is gonna be an album cut. I treat every song like it's the main song.
Right.
So every song could stand individually.
Yeah.
Right. So you're committed to releasing, I don't say only strictly to, but releasing the music only on Instagram as opposed to YouTube. It's going to come out first on Instagram.
First on Instagram, then TikTok, Twitter. All at the same, I'll post it on.
Right.
Then it goes, YouTube Shorts now. So we filmed it in the Reels format instead of the long format, pause. You know what I'm saying? Whatever applicable. But yeah, that's how people consume it
that's
now,
how they consume it now, right.
It's simple.
Right.
We simplify the product.
Right. All right.
Because people are idiots.
That's a song.
Basically.
People are f***ing idiots. That's a song right there. That's a song. But listen, switching gears, I want to commend you because you did some incredible. You just came back from Super Bowl weekend,
Absolutely.
and you did what I would call a pod clash.
Yeah.
Where you were with Shaq, all these different podcasts.
Yeah.
So you want to speak on and talk about that whole event? What was that? Because I saw you with everybody.
What's out this company called Playmaker?
Okay.
They do like a lot of sports podcasting.
Okay.
So they had an event during Super Bowl weekend that was Shaq's podcast, Marshawn Lynch's podcast, and Angel Reese's.
Pod clash.
Yeah. So they just went back and forth and just did their podcast. It was a whole big event in New Orleans, and I performed at it.
Okay.
And it was just dope, just to be out there connecting with people and like that.
Right.
I didn't have the greatest time in New Orleans. It was just like so packed up.
Yeah.
And everything, like hotel rooms are hard. They try to put me in an Airbnb. I wasn't with that, man. I hate Airbnbs.
Yeah.
But it was a dope experience. I've been in New Orleans before, but it was dope because it was me, Scram, it was my peoples. We just had a good time, and that was dope.
Right.
And I finally got to meet Shaq. Shaq shows me mad love on the gram.
Shaq is hip hop.
Super hip
Hold up. I'm going to do you one even better. This is a fun hip hop fact. You saw the movie Beat Street, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So there's a section where they're auditioning for the Roxy. And there's these two kids that are pop locking.
Yeah.
One of them is Shaq?
One of them is Shaq.
What?
Yeah, that's Shaq.
No, you lying.
Dead serious.
Yeah.
I can show you. I can show you. Yeah, it's Shaq.
I should have brought that up.
That's Shaq.
Crazy.
It's crazy how big that.
That's how
did
me
you
and
see
Shaq
the
got
video
cool.
of him and Kevin Hart is viral right
That
now.
was in
Right.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Facts.
It was so Kevin Hart is so short, bro.
Crazy.
The group he was in, it was called Fantastic Duo.
It's
two
I've
kids.
Seen that a
Insane.
million
That's
times.
Shaq. Yeah, that's Shaq. The tall one
brother.
is Shaq.
Shaq is super hip hop, man.
He's
When I drop a
hip-hop.
freestyle, he'll DM me like, "Yo, this shit is hard."
Yeah.
And I don't really like to post people's DMs.
Right.
But he don't write it. He'll send a video of himself saying this. So I'll be like, "Yo, Shaq,
No, he's
I'm gonna
hip-hop.
post this, bro." He'll be like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
He's
saying?
hip hop. Like he breaks.
No,
He's
I know-
actually on
I know
a
he's
skit on the
hip-hop.
album.
Right.
From the video he sent
I
me,
know
he was
he's
like, "Yo,
hip-hop.
Gorillas gotta stick together."
Right.
Put that shit on the album, man. That
he's
shit is
hip-hop.
fire.
That's a different level. Being in Beat Street.
No, he's in
Absolutely.
B Street. Pop locking.
That's crazy.
Shaq. That's crazy. Yeah.
You heard it here first.
You heard
All
it here
hip-hop.
first, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hip hop for a reason up here. That's what we do.
Yeah. I try not to dwell on this too much, right? Because I think it's a dead horse right now. But I will say this: you holding it down for New York. When Kendrick was on a killing spree, you know what I'm saying? A part of me was like, oh, the West Coast. I love every bit of it.
Yeah.
Every single part. He's killing it. He's doing his job.
As he should.
But at the same time, I was like, man. And then you sent me the new song. And I was like, oh, thank you. Go Fat Boy. I was like, thank you.
Right.
What do you feel a way about that now, or you still represent?
Yeah.
Does it matter? Is it a thing?
Nah, I love that. Everybody in this hip hop. Listen, it's just like in real life. In real life, Thoro might be a fucking asshole today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Today is his day to be the asshole.
Yeah.
Tomorrow might be my day.
Yeah.
Thursday might be your day to be an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets their day. Right now, we in the midst of the West Coast.
Yeah.
New York had this on lock for a minute.
Yeah.
Forever at one point.
So much that we got mad when it went away.
Right.
Right.
But now, it's like, there's no question where it started. Everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? And our time will come back around. You know what I'm saying? There's no problem. You get to see other pieces of the culture. The South had it on lock
Right.
for the most of the 2000s.
Right.
And now the West Coast got it. You
Right.
know what I'm
And
saying?
this is a teachable moment. I'm glad you're speaking on this. And a lot of people don't realize, you know how you get stuff back? By being yourself.
100%.
That's why Kendrick is winning. He went back.
He leaned in.
He's
Yeah.
West.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about where he's from. Not like us. Is a California record.
Absolutely.
It's not for nobody else.
Facts.
Yeah, he leaned in.
And everybody else, you got to come into that world.
gotta come into
or you
that
just
world.
don't. With.
And eventually,
Gotta
eventually, people will get used to that, and everything comes full circle.
Right.
Everything from clothing to music,
Mm-hmm.
we gonna get it back. You know what I'm saying?
Just be
the
yourself.
main thing with me is I pay attention, but to a certain extent. I don't pay attention where it takes me out of my element. I'm gonna be me regardless.
Yeah.
I'm a product of New York City, and that shows throughout everything I do.
Yeah.
Right.
And I love what the West Coast is doing, man. When I go out to Cali, I enjoy that. And
Right.
even when I'm here, I enjoy that. But
Right.
like, you know, it's good to see other parts of the culture too, man. But it's
Right.
also, you know, we home and we ride for the home team as well.
Yeah.
Right. I told Exhibit the same thing. Don't ever, because he doesn't. Don't ever abandon your identity.
100%.
You could do songs elsewhere, but bring them into your world when you do that. You know what I mean? Don't try to conform to something you're not. And
Yo,
that's
did
where people
Kendrick
lose
Ja
themselves.
Rule Drake, man.
Worse.
Oh, that was
Ja Rule's
beyond.
still prospering. I mean, Drake's still prospering
Nah,
too.
but yo, 50 kind of not
Well,
kind of 50 killed
Musically,
Ja
he
Rule
killed
so
Ja Rule. Musically, he killed
Yeah.
Ja Rule.
I think.
And right now, the climate is like people don't want to hear Drake, man. It's
don't.
crazy.
They don't. I think that Drake has a real problem, like a real problem
Yeah.
right now. Anytime Saturday Night Live or
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
right, Will Ferrell, or you see Max, they trolled Drake, like
Yeah.
all these corporations. It's different.
He took it to the next level. He did it at the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
man.
Super
He had the
Bowl.
whole Super Bowl going A minor.
Yo, he had the whole stage.
That was crazy.
Yo, I never seen nothing
I
like
never.
that.
I
He just
think
got to
that-
take his medicine like a man and keep it moving.
I think he
brother.
got to
That's
sit
what he
down.
He has undeniable hits. He can, you know, it's
Drake is
not.
incredible artist,
but,
man. But battle and shit is something.
He got to
else.
just chill out for a minute.
Got to chill out. See, he could have did this love song, this love album,
Yeah,
and just make a love album.
Right.
But you had to.
throw shots.
Right. Well,
Well, look, he
why?
been throwing shots at Pusha after that battle.
Yeah,
for the
that's true.
whole
Yeah.
Scorpion album was
Right.
throwing shots at Pusha.
Right.
That's what he does. He throws subliminals, man.
it was all good when it was shoes on the other foot. When
I
he,
know.
when he killed Meek with the
Yeah.
with
He
the-
kind of
with the
is
back
Meek
to back.
Milling himself
he's-
now.
Yeah,
Right.
He's kind of the new Meek Mill.
He's the new Meek Mill.
Crazy how
He's
everything
Meek
comes
Milling
full
himself.
circle.
Yeah,
Oh
everything
man.
goes full
man.
circle.
Oh,
Karma.
See that shit
Goes
throwing
to
the
Karma.
shoe at the fucking
Yeah, Karma.
camera that came out yesterday.
Oh yeah, you saw how you threw that?
Come on, man.
Was that stage? Some people say that's stage.
100% that was staged.
I'm like the way he threw that slipper.
yeah,
I'm
it
like,
was true. It was mad staged.
Who
You didn't
throws
see
like
it?
that?
I think I
Somebody
saw it.
called him in his like condo in Australia.
That was real?
Nah, I think
it was
that
a
was
drone,
fake. It was
though.
a drone.
Yeah, I saw
And he
that.
picked up a
I figured it was
flip-flop,
just
a
acting.
chancleta.
Yeah.
And like he had a
Right,
weird
right.
zesty throw. Like, I'm like why is he throwing like
Man,
that? Yo?
this is going to be interesting.
It was
here.
crazy.
Yo, Thoro, you from Staten Island?
No, I'm not from Staten
Why
Island
is it Thorozano?
because I'm the bridge to the streets.
Oh,
You like that?
Like that. And you be DJing for Mass
Yeah,
Staten
that,
Island.
yeah, Raekwon, DJ for
Yeah,
Raekwon.
yeah, yeah.
Everybody thinks I'm from Staten Island,
Yeah,
but nah,
facts.
with that name and all that, but nah.
That's the Staten Island mix right
word.
there.
Staten
what up?
Island next.
Let me hold something.
Hey, yo.
Yo,
yo.
you acting? You
De Niro.
you doing any more acting?
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
That's where the money's at, man.
Yeah, we gotta
So
get.
right now, I'm working on a couple things, man. I don't want to talk about what I'm doing before it comes to fruition,
Okay. Okay.
but I'm working on a couple things that could be in that space,
Right.
TV world, TV lane. But yeah, I just told Mex this the other day. I was like, you know what? We got the deal. We focused on rap now, but let's start shifting a little bit the focus to let's get into some movies.
That
man.
your life movie, I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
You know what I'm saying? Documentaries, all of that,
You
man.
need
We
that.
wanna, I want some TV money. That's the real money.
Now,
Yeah.
even the merch, everything about you streams Coney Island, like
Absolutely.
the Wonder Wheel.
Wonder Wheel,
Come on, I get it. I
everything,
see
man.
it. I see
Everything.
it. That's
That's
dope.
an ill hat. by
That
the
shit
way.
is. I need a hat, B. Come on.
killer.
Got you.
I mean, I'm not from Coney Island, but I rep. You know what I mean? I need that.
I got you, man.
Like, and I'll exchange you a BBS Boys hoodie.
BBS Boys
when
is
you jump in that
popping.
Lex, I got you.
The BBS Boys merch is popping.
Exactly.
Shout out to Puerto Rico Rob,
yeah,
man.
Puerto Rico
He
Rob.
came through with
the white Ghost.
88.
We call it the Ghost.
The 88
The 88 Beamer. Yep. 325,
fire,
all white.
That shit is mad small though, bro.
Right.
I was like
Yeah,
stuck like
right.
this. I used my man Puerto Rico Rob's car for a video to Live and Die in New York. Bro, literally, it was mad hard getting in and out, bro. I was like this. No power steering. That's crazy. But the looks like it came off the showroom floor.
Yep. So all white
BBS
joint.
Boys really do their thing, man.
Appreciate that. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Hey?
That's dope.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song you've written? You've done what's your favorite song?
You know the vibes. Produced by Vinny Idol. That song just never gets old to me. I don't know why. It also took me out of a dark place. Like when my two cousins passed away, like when they got killed, I didn't rap for a minute for like 6 months, man. I was just going through it.
Right.
And I've been wanting to work with Vinny Idol, never was able to, and he was like, yo, come through. And that kind of going there got me out the slump. He played me like 100 beats. I didn't like none of them. I wasn't feeling, not that I didn't like it, I just wasn't feeling it.
Right, I like his honesty.
And I said, yo, I like this you just did on Styles P's album. And he was like, oh, you want that type of tempo? All right. He put the sample on like it's like a Nintendo, and he just put the drums, he made it right in front of me, like some hustle and flow type.
Okay.
And I was like, God damn. And I started to write, and I just was like, yo, Vim, I'm gonna keep it real. I wanted to write here, but let me just get this. Let me sit with it for a couple weeks, and let me really let the pain out on the page. And it just flowed naturally, and it's my favorite song. The video was dope and all of that.
Now I'm gonna tell you my favorite song from you.
Okay.
Garbage.
Oh,
yeah.
I think you told us that before.
Garbage.
Yeah.
You killed that because you had the whole sanitation thing going on. Like, that's my favorite record from you.
When I was working sanitation.
And that's what I'm saying. It was a real video.
30 days for that.
Yeah, talk about that.
He
was really working sanitation.
They
That's
gave me
a real
30-day suspension, and I thought they was gonna fire me. And everybody throughout sanitation was like, "Yo, you using city equipment in your video? You in the garage?"
Right.
It was like, "Yo, you can get fired for this." And the people, the higher ups in sanitation was like, "Yo, we with it, but we can't have this."
Right.
So they gave me a 30-day suspension, man. That was like the first of like many 30 days.
I think that was necessary for your success. That had to be done.
100%.
That had to be done.
And we kind of edited it because the original version, I had my man drive the street sweeper, and I was hanging off of it while I was driving, and the director drove in the car next to it, and I was rapping on the street sweeper while it was going.
Right.
And they was like, "Yo, you already got the equipment in it, but if you driving through the streets with the equipment, they're gonna really fire you." So we had to edit that. But some of that, maybe I should re-release that video.
You
man,
should, man. That's my favorite. Yo,
crazy.
That's my favorite. Yo,
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
I got a few favorites, but one record in particular gets me hyped when I'm in the gym. Gorilla Twins. It's actually just the intro.
Yeah.
Yo, when I hear
yelling.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was it. That was the album with Ill Bill, so I had to get on kind of like my rock star, like vibes, because Ill Bill is an ill rapper, but also he got like that element of like hardcore and metal, like that's what they was into, him and Necro. So I was like, I kind of tapped into that vein, and it shit came out dope.
Yeah, it's a dope joint. What's next for you?
I got
You got so like. Let me ask you this: how is business?
Excellent. That's always my top priority.
Yeah,
it's handling business first, because you got to take care of your financials and stay on top of that, because nobody else is gonna do that for you.
Yeah,
you don't want to be. Unfortunately, in this game, there's no pension. There's no union, which we need. Yeah. But unfortunately, you got to stack while you can, and set yourself up for later on in life. Yeah. So I'm on top of that. Like I listened to, for a while I was listening to hip hop podcasts and shit like that, and I realized that it took up a lot of my time. And I started being like, this is whatever y'all choose to fill my time with is what I'm gonna get out of life. So I started being like, let me listen to money podcasts, like how to be financially cool. To work in the sanitation job, that taught me, how to get credit and do this, X, Y, and Z. But now, so one of the main things I learned was like, yo, from 35 to 55 is the time in life where you on the grind.
Yeah.
And you set yourself up for the future.
Yeah.
So right now, that's just where I'm at. Like, every day, we got to be doing something. Like, if I'm not doing something, I feel like I'm missing out or I'm not taking care of business.
Yeah.
So I take care of business. But what's next? The Goliath deal is for 3 albums.
Okay.
They have the option to not pick up the third, but I don't see why they wouldn't. So
Okay.
I got probably a half an album done already with Static Selector.
Okay.
The music is coming out incredible. I also have a half an album with OT The Real, man. We have like 8 to 10 songs done. I don't think I'm gonna use that one on the deal, but I got little things, pieces here, pieces here. The album just came out like 4 days ago, so I'm just like really re-strategizing, figuring out what I'm gonna do musically, but definitely moving towards the TV side and working on movies and another tour.
Okay.
That was we look back. I be telling Mex all the time, like, yo, Mex, like, let's get this another tour popping. We spent 2 months on the road last winter, and we saw the whole country, bro.
Yeah.
We drove.
That's dope.
From New York all the way to Seattle, all the way down, through down south, Midwest, and then back to New York, then down to Florida. It was crazy. While you're going through it, it seems like a lot, but when you look back at it, pause, when you look back at what you did, you like, that was dope.
Yeah.
On the road for 2 months with your closest friends. My cousin just had come out of jail. He never saw no like that, and you got to hand-to-hand move merch, hand-to-hand connect with fans that you've been seeing their names like it and comment for years, and you never met them, and you got to that experience was super dope. And I saw parts of the country that I was like, all right, I never want to come back here.
Yeah.
Or, nah, this place is dope, or like this place is like Idaho. They don't got no good potatoes. The
Boise,
potatoes
Idaho.
it wasn't,
Really?
I would expect to have the best French fry
And it was
I
whack.
ever had in my life.
Right.
It wasn't whack, but it just was not the best. It was
Right.
like, all right, this is like regular.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What would you say throughout that tour your biggest support show was?
Definitely L.A., New York, L.A. Denver was a good turnout. Chicago was a good turnout. El Paso, Texas was a great turnout. Right on the border. Like, yo, we literally was on the border. Like, our hotel, you could see into Mexico.
Mexico, right.
We
It's right
drove
there.
along the border.
Right.
Just in the daytime when we woke up, when we were about to leave. Like, you literally see people walking to the border, like, trying to get over. It's crazy.
It's crazy because
like, you hear about that,
Mexico.
but to see it
Right.
is another thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
right there.
Even Minneapolis, we went there and we got to see the George Floyd Memorial. That was probably the most powerful thing I've seen. Definitely on tour, but probably in my life, one of the most powerful.
What's it like?
It's very eerie. Everything on that block has become a memorial to that. Like, so you go on the block. There's a store there. There's a gas station across the street, and a couple business. The gas station is out of business. It's just a big memorial. The spot where he passed away is a big memorial. So we spent a good part of the pandemic hearing about this.
Yeah.
And seeing the repercussions, the riots, the whole so when I was there, it was very powerful.
Yeah. Right.
Very, very powerful. Because you could easily watch something on TV and not internalize it. But when it's in your face, and you see this, like, yo, a man died here. Cop stood on his neck. Imagine you telling somebody I can't breathe, and I don't want to get back into that, but it's super powerful.
Wow, man.
To the point where it was just like my man Pods had to go back to New York. He had to fly back. And he came to meet us, on like the last day when we were about to leave Minneapolis. Before we left, I was like, yo, we got to go back here, Pops. You got to see this. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, this is something like, even if we're going to be late for the next show, like, we have to go by here for an hour. And you got to see this. Like, we experienced it because it was just something like crazy. And it really, you get to see and get a more understanding of where we're from, America.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's easy from New York. It's a total different experience than anywhere else in the country.
Right.
There's really parts of the country that are like they're broke, and it's like really very poor and very, just a different culture than New York. It's crazy.
Right.
What do you think about what's going on in the world right now? Like, well, the country right now. Overall, it's been a few years since the pandemic and that situation with George Floyd. Feels like it turned upside down, to me at least. What do you think? How do you feel about it?
So I try not to get into stuff like, my thing is, no matter what's happening in the world, I'm going to keep going forward. So, like, I don't give a fuck who the president is. Because it ain't affecting my money. It ain't affecting what I'm doing. I'm still going to be out there grinding. Until it's, like, really, I have people in my life that are like, oh, this is crazy. Or they pay attention. Did you see this happen? Did you see it? I don't give a fuck. I'm on my grind. I got a vision for what I want out of my life. That is not affecting. Yeah, it might affect healthcare. There's like, just like with my mortgage, man. I don't look into the PMI. I just pay it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got to pay it regardless.
You're right.
So to worry about all this X, Y, and Z, who gives a f?
It can be a
I
distraction.
gotta pay it.
Yeah, right.
Unless I can find a way to lower it or something, then we'll do that. But other than that, I got to pay this regardless.
Yeah.
So what am I going to worry about it for?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just get it done.
Get it done. All right.
That's a song.
That's a song. Get it done.
Everything's a song.
Everything's a song with you. You the idea master. He the king of giving ideas away.
Facts.
Song.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Word.
Well, man, appreciate you coming through.
Thank you.
We have some things we're gonna tap in with you that's a little more interactive too. Like, so if you're cool with it, we'll check in with you.
Absolutely.
A little bit.
Word.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, we still here. All hip hop is still here.
Yeah, man. That's a real establishment that y'all should be supporting on a regular basis more than a lot of these bozos out there that don't give a about the culture. They care about themselves. All hip hop is a platform that has proven itself for many years.
Yeah.
Gives a about the culture and the people in it.
Right.
And y'all should be, the numbers on all hip hop should be up just like the corner.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're actually participants of hip hop. We don't just talk about this. We active.
Thoro is outside heavily with artists DJing. Chuck is outside all the time, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And these are people that actually give a about what's going on in the culture. So support them.
Thoro was in a little known movie.
What movie is that? What movie is this?
Rapping 2.
What movie?
I'm kidding. Rapping 2.
Where was I at?
Mario Van Peebles, the second
Come
one.
on, stop it.
Forgot about that. No, appreciate you. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Gorilla Nems.
Gorilla
Your
Nems.
life.
Still Gorilla Nems. Still Gorilla Nems.
Yes.
Yeah.